Hey folks, Jossaway here. Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We got some plans for this episode. We're going to head to the Legacy of the Ancients, find out what this is about. Specifically, let's read the flavor text here. Ancient ruins that Sarkoris inherited from the unknown builders of the Earthfall times. The Sarkorians dubbed this place the Legacy of the Ancients. Scattered all over the walls of the ruins are numerous pressure plates, buttons, and levers, the purpose of which one can only guess. We've also been invited to Chili Creek. At some point, we have to take on the Ivory Sanctum, and we need to get back to Drezen for a couple of events and also to speak to Storyteller. So, we're going to pop over here to the Legacy of the Ancients and find out what that's about. First, let's go. Interestingly, there's multiple roads here. I guess one leads to this fortress, and one, I guess, goes along the edge here and probably meets up with this fight to the Ivory Sanctum. But for now, let's go to the Legacy of the Ancients. Okay, right off the bat, we should be well rested. Yes, we have Sweet Sleep, luck bonus on skill checks. We have Shiny Dreams. Enemies who attack us become dazzled. We have Source of Alchemy. Any potion gives us the effect of a Cure Wounds potion. Desna's Lullaby Harp. Something about our performance. We can fatigue or exhaust people, I guess. That requires him to be using one of his abilities that he doesn't use that often, but okay. Looks like Sela is mounted and Orlan is not, so let's fix that.
I stand ready. Okay.
That gets our formation ready here. We're not sure exactly what we're seeing here at the Legacy of the Ancients, but let's go ahead and get our 1 minute buffs. Let's have everybody sneak up. And let's start to explore.
Let us be off.
Will we fight enemies here? Looking at the map, it seems there's a ridge of rock to the north that we can follow for a bit to start opening up the map a little bit.
Let's move.
Nothing so far. Little pathway here, it seems. We do have a cave down below. Seems like this area is empty or devoid of threats so far.
Follow me.
Got a little ridge heading up this way. Yeah, not seeing anything dangerous so far.
March on.
Just a little creature there. Okay, we did find something. Okay. This person's dead? Okay, so we had some sort of camper here who died, I guess. The body, the loot layout is different than the body for some reason. It's off shifted. But let's see what they had on them, if anything. This might be a trap. No. 250 gold. Some beetles in amber, some hops, but that's it. Okay. So we've seen the northern edge of the map, although there might be more up here, maybe.
Onwards.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's too much of danger on the main map here. Okay. Let's head a little further south, check it out. Now, just because we haven't seen anything so far doesn't mean there's nothing, so... keep exploring carefully. If we do get into a fight, obviously we want that delicious, delicious surprise round.
Trust in yourself.
See some corruption, some of the corruption of the world wound of the abyss leaking through here. We do have the cave and a little bit of loot, it seems. Yeah, more trash. And I think this is the bottom of the map. So yeah, I don't think there's anything out here. I think the cave is going to be where things start to get interesting. Yep, okay.
Let's move.
Well, let's head into the cave. This little snake thing is having a problem. I don't know if you guys can see that. I think it's a centipede. He did too much cocaine. He's ODing. All right, I think we're ready for whatever this is. What's this place called again? The Legacy of the Ancients? All right. Let's find out what's in the cave. Ordinary cave stuff so far. Glowing white mushrooms. A bit of loot. Some demon blood. Okay, some sort of ruins, it looks like. Yeah, okay. We've seen these symbols on the slab puzzles, so this may be related to those somehow. Oh, it's another slab puzzle. Okay.
Follow me.
I don't know if we have... This one looks purple as opposed to blue. We have green tiles left, I think. Let's take a look around. Any chance we can stick anything in here? Yeah, we don't have the tiles for this. Okay. And whatever the treasure would be, we can't get to it until we solve all the puzzles. So I guess we're done here. Should we go... I guess we should go back to Drezen. I don't think there's anything else in this area that we need to... that we can reach. I'll double check the map before we teleport, but I think... Yeah. I think that's the play.
This is my path.
All right. Well, if we find the purple slabs, we can go to the Legacy of the Ancients. I could make my way here to Ivory Sanctum, but I think we're going to save that for a little bit later. Maybe after we've spoken to Storyteller. So what we can do while we're here is a little bit of pathfinding, right? We can open up some of these routes. Random encounter, we failed to sneak past. Okay, this is heading towards the Sanctum. Let's fight this fight. Okay, interesting. Windwag takes some damage. Quite a bit. Uh-oh. That's not looking great. Yeah, she took a lot there. They got their start. We have an Ash Giant, 2 Nalfeshnis, one of which is Voracious, and then the Abyssal Huntress is down here. Okay, we are right next to this guy, so we can do a full round of attacks on him. If we delay everyone till after Nenia, we can get a haste off, though. So why don't we do that? Because I don't know that I have anything better for her to do. All right, Nenio, you probably take an opportunity attack here. You might fail on this cast, actually. So let me see if I can take a 5-foot step first away. I don't know if it's enough to help, but let's move you there and then have you haste everybody. Okay, that worked. That's perfectly fine. That's your turn. Now, I think you probably... Who's next to act here? We got a Huntress. We've got that guy. We've got the Wrecker. I could take him out. I don't know if I get my full... I guess I get the full attack here on this guy as well. Which is more dangerous? The Ash Giant Wrecker. 14 hit dice. 14 hit dice. You have not a great deal of attacks. Whereas this guy, I think, has more. Bites and claws. He has slow and touch of chaos. Or do I want to take out this guy that I'm right next to? Maybe, yeah, if we pop forward and go after the Ash Giant Wrecker, if we kill him and have attacks left, we'll hit the Voracious Nalfeshni. So let's go for this.
Strike with all your might!
Nice. Can you get both? Damn! Oh my god, Demon Slayer Ranger is OP, man. How much damage did we do? Now, that did include Meadow. But look at this. Should I just figure out Orlan here? 32. I mean, Meadow's contributing for sure. Plus 62, 94. It looks like Orlan lost some strength damage here. But 94, 134, 136, 176, 226, 268 damage for one turn. I mean, he's hasted, but damn, that's crazy. He took some strength damage there, but he should recover from that. That was great. All right, so next up is this Abyssal Huntress. We should probably try to take her out. But we get a full round of attacks on the Nalfeshni, and he's coming up too. So let's have Justice and Sela work on this guy.
The light, take you!
Nice kill, good job. Okay. Ivu's up next. Let's try and do something to this lady. 15, we'll take it. Wenduog, you want to put 6 attacks on her and probably her?
No match for me.
Yeah, do your work, girl. Oh my god. Beast. Beast mode, for real. So good. Okay. How did she instantly heal back to 142? What happened there? She doesn't have any kind of lifesteal. She was down a lot. Where did the healing come from? Is it just the game bugging out? What is this? This has got to be a bug. Look at what happened here. I didn't even see this. Right after all the damage, she instantly healed for like 60 plus hit points from Commander's Banner. Yeah, Commander's Banner is friggin' broken, guys. I don't know what else to say. That's pretty weird, but that was a fun fight. I guess everybody's back to full. The only question is whether Orlan's strength damage here needs a fix. Yeah, okay. So this, I think, did anybody else take strength damage? I think he's the only one. Yeah. So this is where I believe my healing mud comes in. Let me get you down on the ground here. And let's cast Healing Mud, Soothing Mud. You create an area of healing mud. The mud functions as difficult terrain. When a creature enters the mud, it's healed of 1d4 points of ability damage. It can only be healed this way once per day. Okay. I mean, we get 2 strength back from that. Nobody else was affected. But it can only happen once per day for the spell. So we don't get the rest of it back. We're down by 2 right now from ability damage. What other abilities do we have? Renewal, that's fatigue and exhausted. Ode to Miraculous Magic helps people with penetrating spell resistance. This doesn't do anything. A doesn't do anything. Okay, yeah, we don't. He doesn't have anything.
No reason to pause.
I don't think she does either. I think our only option here is Darren.
Are made
But I
to be
think
broken.
he costs resources, right? And we might just get this back. Here we go. Ability damage. Yeah, if we cast heal on Orlan here. Now, is this a touch spell? Yeah, okay, hold on. Let's walk over to Orlan and then heal him. There's the rest restored. I don't think we needed the healing mud. I think this would have done everything from the spell description, but that's okay. It's a learning process, this game. Hop back on your horse and back along our way. Okay. Good fight. Little rough there for little rough there for Windowog, but I guess the magic healing banner just healed her to full instantly. Okay, let's connect this. Go back up here. Another random? Okay, all right. More fights. Trying to get through these quickly. What are we doing here? Okay, we got some Minotaurs. A Votary. This doesn't seem that bad. Who's up here? So we've got you. 148 hit points. 106. So she... Working together... well, rather... Yeah, Ember can probably take out the Votary with 3 good rolls on a Ray. But we're not taking out the Minotaur. And there's another one right here. So maybe... Yeah, you can take 6 attacks here. That seems good. 1 to Fireball. Yeah, let's take 6 attacks on the Votary. Rolling that one is not great. That's good. You might get the kill. 1 more crit. Ah, down to 3 hit points. If he hadn't missed, would have taken her out. Ember. I think we know what we're doing with you. I think you can take this one out if you roll well. Nice job. 120 some odd, 130. Good job. Okay, this guy gets to do what he wants. Let's see. He's gonna charge and smite good. Okay. So the charge did 35 to Nenio, but that's it. All right. Darren. Yeah, melee attack. Let's see it. Wait, you did 5 damage. Why isn't it dead? Is it -2? Okay, I don't quite understand that. Seal and Justice go on the Minotaur. Pretty good round from her. Windowog, kill the Minotaur. The damage. Amazing. Take their stuff, check on Nenio. Instantly healed from... Yeah, from Commander's Banner, I guess. So that was fast and easy. Let's head back out. Okay. I want to do some pathfinding while we're out here. Another random, huh? Boy, we are not doing well on the stealth front. That's okay. A little bit of fighting never hurt anybody. 3rd fight of the episode. Let's see what this one is.
Let you hurt my friends.
Mornal Fashnis and Ash Giants. Okay, how do we do on initiative? Going after Windowog, and then does she immediately get healed? Like, she took a big hit there. These guys are chaotic evil outsiders, so we can smite them, I think. But the problem is they're all mixed in with everybody else, so maybe not. Like, I could try, but I think we're better off going for a Searing Light here. No, this is against undead. Didn't I have something that dealt with... I guess it's Arrow of Law? Yeah, outsiders take more damage. Okay. I mean, I'd probably take a 5-foot step first. Back away. Try to avoid an opportunity attack and then Arrow of Law here. Failed to overcome spell resistance. Okay, too bad. Wenduog, do your work. Do we get the kill? Ah, she missed once, so it gets its turn. Too bad. What did it get? Paralyzed? Okay, you try to cleave. Who's this? Ivu? I think you're close enough to kill this thing, but what's next? This one? Can you get 6 on this? You can get 6 on this. All right. She takes 4 strength damage. Okay. You probably go after... You could kill the same one and then maybe get this one too. You don't have to move for that. Yeah, let's kill these 2. Takes 1 point of strength damage. Okay. Not too bad. Ember... Let's see. How close are you to this? You are within opportunity range, so... Let's maybe have... Bismuth here take a 5-foot step. And then Ember... Just Scorching Ray. It's your best play. Nice! Dude, she is so strong. That's almost 150 damage. Sela, full round of attacks on this one. Nice crit. Second crit. Did quite well. You're at 4 hit points. You're at 13. Nenio, I guess, are these guys immune to mind affecting?
Obstacle?
Will save of 9. No, yeah, you can... Phantasmal Killer, one or the other. Probably take a 5-foot step first. And then Phantasmal Killer here. I should put it on my hotbar, right? Most of this stuff I'm not actually using. Like, I don't need a lot of this stuff here. I should organize her hotbar a little bit better, but... Dismiss spell. The one things I do want on here are... She has this blinding ray. Oh, invisibility field. That's fun. And then the blinding ray, right? She can change into Kitsune form. I don't think that's helpful. Why does she have 3 casts of the light spell instead of... Isn't that a cantrip? It's a spell-like ability. Okay. And then let's make sure this is on here for now. We could fill this out later if we wanted to. But how would you like to just die? Made his will save. Rolled an 18. Good for him. Okay. Well, that's too bad. Arrow of Law. That's a nice death. You took an opportunity attack, because of course you did. Okay. Wenduog finishes.
No match for me.
And down he goes. Okay, not too bad. We start healing with the banner. The banner is bugged, you guys. The banner is super bugged. But we can stand around and wait to heal, I guess. Sometimes it happens instantly, sometimes it takes time. I don't get it. Guess I can throw up a quick save while they heal. Orlan took some more strength damage, I think. And so did Ivu. But we're about to teleport home and rest anyway, and I think that'll fix it. It says permanent. I should see what happens when we rest with that. Everybody's up to full. Yeah, let's head out.
Let us be off.
I don't know if we've crossed the day yet. I think we were on like the 3rd of November. Oh, we have. Okay, in that case, yeah, we should check in here. What's new with the Crusade? The chain of command of the Crusade has been strengthened. Staff Council requested the Crusade leader attend their meeting. Okay. We have a day left on this relic. We could do healing the giants here for morale. We don't need that. We go to events. The Free Crusaders want us to visit the court and intolerance. The hatred of the descendants of Sarkoris towards arcane spellcasters knows no bounds. The representatives of several tribes demand that mages not be allowed to serve in their units. Okay, so this is a bit of a problem, right? Because we can't tolerate units dictating to command about unit composition, but this will cause problems if we don't separate them. So we could just give in to their demands, right? Remove mages from the units made of former Sarkorians. That probably has a negative effect of some sort. We could stand up for the mages. We could make the former Sarkorians fall in line. Or give the former Sarkorians a hint that the commander's support's going to cost them. In other words, extract some sort of a bribe. What does Orlan do from a role-playing perspective here? We're here to fight the demons. You guys need to get over yourselves is probably the answer, right? So make the Sarkorians fall in line. Unit cohesion is a thing, though. So, like, if this might have a morale problem. Standing up for the mages, like, we don't need to do that. We don't need to change their beliefs. We either force them to deal with it or accede to their demands. I don't think extracting a bribe makes sense either. But what are the choice effects here? So the one I want to do, the one I'm leaning towards, make them fall in line. What's the effects? We add 1,500 leadership points and it counts as a lawful role-playing choice. Interesting. If we stand up for the mages, we get 9 wizards recruited to the commander's headquarters, which, like, they get magic missile, lightning bolt, dimension door, dispel. They have no hit points or AC. A ranged spellcasting unit. That's not bad, but 9 of them is worthless. This game keeps giving me, like, here's 9 units of a new unit type that doesn't stack. By the way, the only way to win is with giant stacks of units. Fuck you. Like, come on, guys. What am I supposed to do with a drib drab of 50 different units? If we remove the mages, we get barbarians. If we extract them, we get the barbarians and the gold. So, yeah, barbarians I don't want. Leadership points is okay. I guess 9 wizards is sort of good if I can get my hands on more wizards, but, like, basically these are gonna sit around my capital and do nothing because a stack of 9 is worthless. So I think the only thing that actually helps me here is my initial instinct, which at least gets me leadership experience points. So we'll make the former Sarkorians fall in line. Upon receiving harsh punishment, the Kellids begrudgingly complied. News of this has bolstered the commander's authority within the ranks. Okay, fine. If we look at the campaign here, do we have an army moving on the map? I don't think we do. Not right now. What do we want to do with Nisa here? We should have some more funds as well, but, like, yeah, I don't think we want to fight with her right now. I think the plan is to probably fight this group, so we can send her at least to Gloomy Gorge. She's got Gloomy Gorge. She's got her reinforcements, and we're not getting more for a while. Yeah, I did not want the Hound Masters, right? Although the summon animal hound, like, being able to summon on the battlefield isn't bad. Like, having a large amount of these guys and summoning a giant stack of hounds that, like, the enemy can beat on that doesn't affect them, that's almost kind of like a ranged thing. Like, summons might be decent. But again, I can get 28 of these for not that much. What do they have? 45 hit points. They have decent AC, but they're not super tanky. But summoning is an interesting idea. The problem is, like, there's so many... Like, these are the only ones I can build stacks of. The Marksmen and the Hedge Knights. I guess the Hell Knights keep showing up, so I can keep recruiting them. I wish I had, like, all 6 slots here, or the ability to choose, like, pick and choose what I want, or, like, more rerolls for free. And I do kind of wish that they didn't get locked in like this. or if I had like way more finances. I guess that's one thing. Like if I save up like 30,000, I can get a big stack of something. Because it's expensive. It almost feels like a waste of money, but like I could buy 14 more of these Hell Knights if I had 9 grand to spare of finances. Actually, now that I think about it, the summons are interesting. Because like getting the enemy, like an enemy general that blows up the summons doesn't affect my hospital rate or my recovery rate. That's kind of interesting. And they're cheap apparently for 28. So I might be able to get 2 stacks of these, because if this is only 672, then the second recruitment might only be like 3,000 or something, as opposed to this nonsense. I have to think about that. Might be worth it. The problem is we've got so many drib-drab stacks going on. Spearmen, champions, clerics, bellflower fighters. I think there's a way to get more of these, or I can't remember. The headhunters. Then we've got 1 sorcerer. The 6 Yama Azatas. These guys could turn into something good over time. Paladins that we can't use. Oh yeah, and there was something about like dismissing that was supposed to eventually give me some kind of benefit, but I don't remember how that works. Or I've never seen that actually work. Reserve. What is the reserve? Troop sent to reserve for training. When does this turn into something useful? I should look up how the reserve thing works. So leadership's about to hit rank 3. Everything else is rank 3 or 4. I don't know what benefit we get. Nisa on the wall. Let's move you to a slot and stop there. I don't think we need to do anything with you right now. All right, yeah, the crusade stuff needs, I don't know what to say. It needs it needs less random numbers and more strategy. I'll say that. You can keep going here. Let's send you there. I could keep pathfinding here, but at this point, I'm going to teleport home. Probably send you to the court to deal with that and rest. There was a request for a visit at the court. There's some other stuff going on here, though. All right, let's see what happens at the headquarters. And we do need to chat with Storyteller as well. I think it might be time to trade out Nenio as well. We're done with puzzles and mysteries, so might be time for Arushale to get out of the doghouse. All right, who is this? Yaker. A familiar figure clad in black armor appears before you and ceremoniously offers a salute. Greetings, Knight Commander. Yaker Ankel from Paralictor Durengi's squad, at your service. I'm afraid it's becoming a habit, but once again, I bring dire news. Yaker shrugs apologetically. Yaker casts a nervous sideways glance at his superior officer. Paralictor, while you've been following the Knight Commander, much has happened at our outpost. Enough empty chatter, Knight. Give your report. Although Regel's tone remains as dispassionate as ever, his gaze has grown in intensity. He watches Yaker like a predatory beast prowling ever closer to its prey. Yaker snaps to attention and repeats a message he's clearly taken pains to memorize. Reporting to whom it may concern, a group of Hell Knights has vanished under suspicious circumstances. They were last seen on the road to the occupied city of Eyes. The Knights were escorting a group of cultists and carrying letters captured in a recent raid on an underground hideout. They disappeared after reporting their approach to our outpost, and the chapters quartered there failed to find any traces of the missing Knights. The situation is highly abnormal. Such a large squad should have fallen in battle, but they could hardly have vanished into thin air without so much as a sign of struggle. Powerful demonic forces might be involved in their disappearance. Thus, we informed Drezen about the incident and plead to help in our investigation. Tell me about the hideout. Where were the cultists captured? It was a secret hideout consisting of a large warehouse and several workshops, which produced equipment for cultist cells all over Mendev. We'd been tracking the cultists for a while before finally locating and attacking them. Strangely, our intelligence reports had indicated that several powerful demons were always present inside the hideout, but our strike team only found mortals. We captured and escorted them to our outpost for questioning. What of this outpost? As I understand it, Paralectors Renth, Tai, and Diothan informed you about the outpost during their visit to Drezen. While we finished its construction just a few days ago, it's already our largest staging ground in Eastern Worldwound. We have a small permanent garrison station there, and we use it as a resting area for the Hell Knights involved in various expeditions. Very well, I'll take care of it. Ragil waves Yeager away, then sets his pale yellow eyes on you. We must visit the Hell Knight outpost as soon as we can. I suggest you treat this incident as seriously as possible. It might have unexpected consequences. Okay, who is this guy? Captain Harmatton. I don't remember. He's like a crystalline guy? There's so many NPCs. I can't remember all their voices. I can't remember what I gave this guy. Hail, Commander. Captain Harmatton salutes. Permission to report. Although the desertion has been halted, not everyone appreciated your methods. A circle of discontents formed within the officers' ranks, calling themselves the Wary. There are no blatant signs of sedition, otherwise they would have been arrested. Still, their talk is concerning. We can't rely on them. We need our own trusted officers. I suggest enlisting some of the volunteers. We get some very capable fighters among the fresh blood every day. Kind that could be made sergeants straight away. We need those who know the meaning of honor. We'll call paladins and knights from reputable orders, and they'll serve as an example to our soldiers, boosting everyone's morale too. Officers who are unworthy of their rank can always be replaced. We can identify experienced sergeants with reliable records of results and then promote them. Mendev is full of promising youths who were overlooked when their seniors were promoted to serve in your army. We can call them here, award them rank, and they'll be grateful to us until the end of their days. Why exactly are these wary unsatisfied? We raised the privates' pay and gave them enhanced rations with expected results. Unfortunately, some of the officers felt themselves deprived of these benefits. They're now spreading dangerous ideas. So they were expecting bribes? The opportunists. I did warn you. All elites always take offense when gifts and affections of the authorities are directed to someone else. And one more thing. I apologize if this sounds disrespectful, but these are the sentiments within the ranks. For an entire century, the Queen was the face of the crusade. Even though she personally appointed you as commander, many still consider you an upstart, unworthy of the high title. Many officers and soldiers dream of Her Majesty taking the lead. Let's discuss our options in further detail. Sela, what's your plan? We need the most honorable, loyal officers. Where else can we find them but among the chivalric orders and paladins? We'll invite valiant knights to Drezen and make them officers. They're the best hope for a crusader army. That sounds fabulous, but there's one tiny little problem. Who do you think's been filling these positions until now? Did it not truly cross my dearest cousin's mind to recruit your favorite paragons of honor and faith as officers? Your proposal is to repeat exactly the same thing that's been going on without you for the last 100 years. Darren, your opinion? There are plenty of ambitious young men and women in Mendev waiting for the chance to prove themselves. They'll move mountains for whomever gives them this chance. The aspirations of hot-headed youth are the best fuel for war. Sure, why don't we invite some privileged youths as our officers? Gamblers, status seekers, fops, and poets, unappreciated by the masses. That's exactly what's been missing in our commanding ranks. I can see that the Count misses the high life dearly and would like to invite along the entirety of the capital's leisure class to join him in carousing. I can't stop him, so he can invite them to his heart's content, but not to serve here as officers. Regil, what do you suggest? Appointing officers from outside is a mistake. We should move our most distinguished privates up the ranks. The troops will be more eager to trust their former comrades and try to climb the ladders themselves. Of course, these officers will also prove more loyal than the newcomers invited from who knows where. There's some truth to that. I became who I am by making it all the way from a thief to a paladin. But soldiers need not just generals, but mentors. They need officers who embody honor and bravery, showing the true meaning of those virtues, as someone once showed me. And Captain Hartman, your advice? There are volunteers arriving every day with some quite capable people in their midst. I wasn't a rookie when I joined the Crusade, after all. I had 100 years of military experience. We can rely on these new leaders to replenish our command staff. Should we entrust the lives of our soldiers to strangers? I'm not so sure. So interestingly, I'm tending to lean towards either Regil's suggestion or Darren's. I think the point that was made about Knights and Paladins being the way things have already been done and not working makes sense. A little bit of chaos might be just what we need here, so that would be sort of the Darren option. And then promoting from within is actually a really, I think, like, personally, me, the player, I think that's a really solid idea. Regil, as a pragmatist, often has good ideas in this council. But I think the choice effects will probably sway me here, so let's take a look. If we go with Sela's choice, all generals gain the pious officer's feat. Infirmary size increase of 10%, that's like building 2 hospitals. That's not terrible. Not fantastic. Darren's choice, all generals gain +1 level to the master maneuver feat. That I friggin' love. More army size. Yeah, that I'm leaning strongly towards that. What's Regil give us? Generals gain +1 level to the striving for distinction. Bonus to experience gain. Meh. And then if we go with Armiton, generals gain the heroic officer's feat. No, we're going with Darren here. Master of maneuver, too good, too strong. Darren, call your bright youths. Perfect. Let's give these youngsters a chance. They'll be sure to prove their worth. And there will finally be someone in Drezen to discuss Mendevian news with in the evening. I hope that these measures will solve the issue at hand. If we have further complications, I will call another council at once. Okay, that feels like a fantastic upgrade. And with that, we're done here in the capital. Okay, so we do need to level up Arushale and get her ready to go out. Is Nenio wearing anything we want to take off of her? Probably yes. I don't think Arushale needs the headband. We'll take off the cloak. She needs this ring whenever we bring her out. We'll take off the ring. This is useless because we have another set of bracers for her, I think. Or do we? What bracers is Arushale wearing? Yeah, she's already got bracers here. +1 competence bonus on attack rolls. Yeah, okay. Nenio. Probably don't need the belt or the shirt. Or the armor. We never ended up using these scrolls, but whatever. So for you... let's get you a cloak. Let's get you some rings. You need a second ring here. You've got the bracers. Lands a hit with a ranged weapon. Additional piercing and range. Okay, you're wearing natural armor +1. We get you natural armor +2 or epic songs +2 it is. You already have a charisma headband. I don't think it... I guess it does matter for you for some reason. No, it doesn't super matter for you. Belt. You're not summoning. I'll give you strength, dex, constitution. I guess it's dex for you. And then the shirt. Saving throws against fear effects. You're wearing leather armor +2, so what do we want to do here? We have chain shirt of Vim. Max dex is 4 versus this is 6. Max dex of 5 for +1 armor. Give up 2 dex for 3 8 armor, so this pops you up to 27. Your speed stays the same, so that's fine. Against non-living creatures, you get a little bit more. I guess that's it. I think we had a new bow for you, actually. What are you wielding? Keen composite longbow +2, or we have a speed composite longbow +3. That's better. Take that. Okay, I think we're good here. She doesn't have... We could give her... She's our trickery expert, right? 21 and 27 versus... She's our stealth expert, but I think you have a benefit right now from an item. This is giving you a +2 bonus on trickery. And +4 on trickery and stealth. I think we want it on Arushale, right? Yeah, she has better stealth and trickery. All right, so let's get those items from you. I want the imp and the lockpicker's kit. I want those equipped on Arushale if she's coming back out. Lockpicker's kit, imp. Okay. And then, yeah, now you're top of mind here. Okay. Let's get your level up and then your mythic level up. Let's remember what she has. So she has point blank shot and rapid shot, deadly aim. Does she need precise shot or does she have that? She has that here. Okay, rapid shot, deadly aim, clustered shots, weapon focus on bows, snapshots. Okay. She gets nothing at level 12 anyway, except an attribute. Do we keep going with Dex here? What is she even using her charisma for? For spell casting? Precise shot, many shot, improved critical, snapshot. So she could use more weapon focus, it looks like, and improvements to snapshot or like mythic critical or mythic snapshot if there's that. Weapon focus would help, but she doesn't get anything at level 12 anyway, except an attribute. So we'll keep popping Dex here. She's already got insane stats as is. What do we want for her last slot here? Not a lore. Mobility or athletics? Maybe use magic device. All right. And then let's get her mythic level up as well. Deadly aim mythic. When you use deadly aim, you gain a +3 bonus on range damage rolls instead of +2. She already has mythic point blank shot. Leaving shot, distracting shots. Improved critical? Don't we already have... Your critical multiplier with your chosen weapon is increased by 1. So does that... We can use rapid shot without the -2 penalty. We use that a lot, right? Reducing penalties is good. We only have weapon focus. We don't have greater weapon focus, but I'm not sure if she gets greater weapon focus. This would double the bonuses. Does she? Maybe she, yeah, as a ranger, I think she has to take greater weapon focus as like a ranger feat, which she's probably eligible for at 14. This is good. This is good. I think we take Rapid Shot Mythic here. Okay, so she's ready to go. Who else have we not leveled up here? Regil, Soziel, Woljif, and Psycho. What's her name? Camellia. Well, I'm not taking these guys out anytime soon. I will admit Woljif might come out. He's pretty good. I do like Regil quite a lot, but it's just hard to give. It's hard to find slots for some of them. You'll never come out, but maybe... Is there mythic brew potions here? Didn't we get you brew potions? Domain Zealot, Boundless Healing, Abundant Casting. I mean, maybe I start working on... If you came out, it would probably be, like, in place of Darren. So, like, maybe I get you enduring stuff? Sure. Here you go. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and level him up, either. But I guess if I did, I would know that I want buffs then, right? All right, let me do him real quick since I've started now. He doesn't even get to pick any... Yeah, he doesn't even get to pick anything. Most of these guys I can do fast. Like, you're level 12, right? Get more dex. Get more skills. You do pick up a rogue talent? Okay. I guess I shouldn't have done this. Dispelling attack? Sure. Make you an anti-mage. Why not? And then... Now I have to pick spells. Pit was okay. Acid Pit might be better. He does have that edge of force thing. So anything that does force damage would be good, I guess. Like touch attacks. We can get Acid Pit and then... A partial save is nice, always. Mass Enlarged Person. Ice Storm is okay. What's Obsidian Flow? Make a layer of ground where things take fire damage and become entangled. Protection from energy, I don't think we need. Stone Skin's good, but it costs diamond dust to cast. Volcanic Storm. Bludgeoning and fire damage. Touch attack, but fortitude negates. Partial save with sonic damage and stun. All right. I mean, sure. Let's give you something weird. All right. I shouldn't have wasted that time. I shouldn't have done that there. I didn't really spend any time thinking about it. So yeah, next move is to go to the... Well, next move is to find Storyteller. He's got to be in town somewhere. Let's go to the streets. He might be at the inn. I don't know where he is. I can do a quick sale of some stuff. And then we go find Storyteller. Is he visible on the map? Orgus, CR, Lady Kanomi, she's out here, okay. Wilsur, weapons provider, blacksmith. Oh, he's right here, okay. Near Dorgalinda and the traders. All right, let me real quick sell a few things. Just because of, like, encumbrance and weight. I'll just sell the, like, trash stuff. And then we'll go talk to Storyteller. We got a lot of things to talk to him about, for sure. Yeah, you. Come here. Bulk sell plus... stuff like this. A few extras, right? Okay, that's fine. 1,100. Storyteller, my guy. I have 15 pages from your journal, buddy. Where is he? All right.
I stand ready.
The blind elf whispers something under his breath. Hearing your steps, he turns to you slowly. Greetings, Orlan. Have you brought me a new story? Yeah, we had a lot to talk to him about. I want to discuss our encounter in the dragon's lair. I'm sure you do. You're wondering how I ended up there and why I wasn't killed. Am I right? Why did you go to the tower? I've been looking for a certain tower for several years now, and in that place I had a strange feeling of recognition. It seems that tower once belonged to me, a long time ago. Knowing my habits, I assumed that some records or other items that could answer the questions about my past may have remained in my home. Unfortunately, I realized too late that the tower was now the lair of a monster. How come the dragon didn't eat you? Despite their beastly tempers, dragons are clever creatures, but their way of life does not lend itself to civilized conversation, which is why they do sometimes enjoy a good chat, and even more, a good story. That was what saved me. I had a few of my stories to share with the dragon, hoping to win her over, or at least distract her. Did you find anything of value in the tower? The storyteller nods politely. Yes. Thanks to you, the dragon didn't have time to burn everything. I found the memories of my previous life, which I had forgotten long ago. Once again, please accept my gratitude for the miraculous rescue. I hope I never again have cause to meet a creature as voracious as that dragon. We found a blood-stained page in the Molten Scar. This was a while back. This might even have been in Act 2. The storyteller cringes and puts his hand on the blood-stained page. His face contorts into a painful grimace, his voice trembling with terror. No, he's here again. That terrible grating voice. The horrific semblance of a face. The monstrous appearance. Myriad insects forming a body with 2 arms and 2 legs. He touches me, and the disgusting creatures attack my flesh, covering me. They're eating me. They're hungry and will devour everything except my eyes and tongue so that I can see this damn page, so that I can translate the runes written in the ancient, long-forgotten elven language. And I translate. It hurts so much. I tried to lie to him. I changed the translation. But he saw through my lie. He got angry. Now I'm not lying. I'm not. He takes one of the insects from my face and squishes it with his fingers over the inkwell. Then he dips the quill in it and writes with my blood right over the runes. And I continue to dictate. Callistria, when will this be over? Let me die! Xanthir, let me die! The storyteller jerks his hand back, terrified. Oh, gods! Such horrible torture! This poor man was tortured to decrypt my notes. He was so tormented that his suffering became thick like molasses. My mind is drowning in it, my own memories hidden by these images of horror. I can try to get through to them, but I will need your help. Tell me everything you've seen and heard. I will try to lean on your words, to use them as a light in the darkness of my forgotten past. The storyteller takes the blood-stained page carefully, as though handling a dangerous insect. I see a magic shape. There's a force pulsating in the center. You've seen the ritual. Tell me, what was its central point? Its magic knot. Was this... Wait, was this the... This was the rock sorcerer who was converting the Crusaders into... Yeah, this is the rock sorcerer. That was the Molten Scar, where they were converting the people into, like, demons. And we have a couple of them working for us now. So all of this is correct. But what is he asking? What was its central point? Its magic knot. The center of the magic shape was a prisoner. A dead man. They killed a crusader and conducted the ritual over his corpse. But this, he's specifically asking about the central point. And he wasn't, wait, he wasn't dead, was he? There was a living one standing on the circle, but I think the center of it was a dead man. Yeah. They killed a crusader and conducted the ritual over his corpse. The storyteller frowns. A dead man? I don't understand. I feel something else. A life. A living soul in the eye of the whirlwind. I don't understand how one ritual can tie up the energies of death in the abyss. Their currents in the world's ephemera are contra-directional. The storyteller sighs weakly. Forgive me, Commander. I cannot get any further. Everything is vague and unclear, and the screams of the poor lad keep ringing in my ears. Now, we found like 15 pages, but I'll look at the first one here. I found a page that might interest you. The storyteller carefully takes your find. Yes, you are right. Another piece of evidence from the past I have forgotten. The old elf's expression becomes withdrawn. Thank you. If you find more pages like this, please bring them to me. Maybe by putting them together, I'll be able to lift the veil on the mystery surrounding my story. Okay. So we can keep doing this for each one we find until something changes. Oh, here we go. The storyteller clenches the pages you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. My hand touches the stone wall. The cold pierces my palm like the teeth of a hungry dog sinking into a piece of meat. I don't take my hand away. I let the stone enjoy my warmth in return for its service. It accepts my caress and my unasked questions, the one it's been asked thousands upon thousands of times. Where should I go next? Behind me, I hear the loud stomping of the minotaurs that guard this god's forsaken place. I tricked and outwitted them, leaving only a trace of my presence. There is darkness lurking up ahead, honing its words, claws, and teeth in the hope that a rare traveler visits its lair. But today, it will get no one. This labyrinth is alive. Its red-veined stone walls resemble the guts of a huge creature. If you keep still and listen closely, you can hear it breathing in the wind that sweeps through this place. Where do I go from here? Forward, to the place whence the wind carried a faint chuckle, whence comes the faint smell of ash, whence, a few ages ago, Demon Lord Baphomet began his great escape. Baphomet? Are you inside his labyrinth? Yes, I'm traveling through the Ivory Labyrinth. This is not the most pleasant of my journeys, but it's necessary to reach my goal. What do you need from the labyrinth? An answer to a question, a key to a secret, knowledge that can save many lives. A sliver of a smile appears on the storyteller's lips. My kinfolk, were weaklings and cowards. They ran from danger, but one stood up to my enemy, and Baphomet will give me the weapon to win. How were you able to evade all the dangers of the Ivory Labyrinth? The storyteller raises his chin proudly. Have you forgotten who you are speaking to? I am the last Archmage of Kyonin. I've been to many dangerous places, and this is just one of the many. It won't be the last. Please continue. For several years, I have thought about how to defeat Earthfall. My enemy has no flesh and is impossible to kill. It blazes through everything in its path. But it doesn't enslave, it destroys life itself. And I have found the answer. I know how to save my world. Earthfall came to destroy Golarion. Its strike was brutal, and my world barely withstood it. But what if Earthfall was resisted by not one world, but several worlds at once? What if heaven or Elysium come to help the dying Golarion? If I manage to merge my world with another one, meld them together, the power of the disaster will weaken. The denizens of Golarion will be able to temporarily take shelter in the adjacent plane. Civilizations will not die. Our culture will continue to exist. We will not be forgotten. Baphomet, that cunning and insidious lord of Minotaurs, was once a captive in Asmodeus' prison. But only 10 years passed before Baphomet was able to escape, taking his own prison with him, which later became the Ivory Labyrinth. Such an achievement deserves respect, and it is the goal of my research. Moving matter between planes is what interests me now. I stop near strange symbols covering the wall of the labyrinth. I run my hand over them to ensure they are real. Encrypted riddles drawn by Baphomet during his imprisonment. I take out the bark-covered notebook and painstakingly copy the symbols into it. Behind me, 2 minotaurs are fighting, deceived by the net of spells I have wrapped around myself like a blanket. A bark-covered notebook, the one your mentor gave you. The storyteller lowers his head, but a moment later jerks it back up. Yes. Blinded by my pride, I tore it to pieces when I thought I would not follow my kinfolk. I am still not going to run, but the knowledge written in this notebook by my former mentor might serve my purpose. The elves managed to open a portal to Solvirian and keep it open until all our people escaped from Golarion. Their cowardice deserves disdain, but their knowledge is unquestionable. I returned to Kyonin and gathered the pieces of my torn notebook. Now, it is my sword, aimed at the heart of Earthfall. By combining the wisdom of elves and the cunning of Baphomet, I will save the world. But connecting the planes, that's dangerous. The elf is silent for a moment. When he talks, there is disdain in his voice. Dangerous, difficult, almost impossible. But tell me, is this risk not worth the Thassalon Empire perishing before my eyes? Does Golgon, the Cyclops Kingdom, deserve death? What about the Aboleth Empire? The storyteller moves his lips silently. Another plane will pay for saving Golarion. There will be wars, and then a new world will come. But we will survive. We will defeat Earthfall, and history will not condemn the victors. What happened next? I copied the strange symbols into the notebook. I haven't the slightest idea what these scribbles mean. What was the future demon lord thinking? And he wrote them while he was imprisoned in a cell with no way out. Was he still in his right mind? I will need help to understand these notes. Otherwise, decrypting them might take more time than Pharasma has given me. One of the minotaurs behind me killed the other one, tore his heart out, and devoured it. His blood-stained nose sniffs the air sharply. His bloodshot eyes shift from wall to wall. He senses a stranger, but he doesn't scare me. I am certain of my powers and the spells hiding me. I've done my work and can now leave this place. And still, I linger. What is this strange presence I feel behind me? Like someone is watching me despite all the protective spells. Who are you? I ask carefully, not hoping for an answer. Darkness. A coy female voice whispers in my ear. Against my will, I shudder. The storyteller stops talking for a long while. The vision ended at the most interesting moment, didn't it? He says bitterly at last. Please, find the rest of the pages from this bark-covered book. I must know what happened next. So we can repeat that story if we wish, and we can give him more pages for more. But that's going to have to wait for next time because we have now hit well over an hour, and I think I'm going to call that the episode. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. More of Storyteller's story to come in the next one, followed by perhaps a visit to the court and then maybe Chili Creek. And it sounds like we're getting pretty close to the time where we need to hit the Ivory Labyrinth. We've learned enough about it now. But like I said, that's it for this time. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.